Hello, it is February 21st, and I am on day 9 of my birth control. So, I have a lot to show you because my packages came today for my medicine, and it's a lot in there. So, let me go ahead and take my pill. I will say that these dang gone pills got me doing a lot. I'm moody. I'm biting people's heads off. I can notice the difference in my mood swings, and it's something. So I'm gonna need a lot of prayer, especially when I start shooting all these hormones I'm about to show you into my body to prepare my body to make these eggs. But just these pills alone, I causes some trouble. So let me take this. Yes, this is a McDonald's cup. Yes, I did cheat on my diet. It lasted 3 or 4 days, and I'm not mad. All right, now let me show you what is going on in this kitchen. All right, so here is the box that it came in. This big old box here, big stupid box. And inside of here, you had this medication. So inside of the refrigerated bag, I just got these out of the refrigerator, and they even came with their own little ice bricks because they have to stay cold. So inside of here, you have, it's called Overdrill, which is the trigger. So I take this the day before my egg retrieval. So it drops my eggs down, and then I have 24 hours to get to the establishment in order for them to retrieve the eggs, which is a minor surgery. I'm under anesthesia, and they get as many of them eggs as they can. But without this shot, that can't happen. They let me know ahead of time when to take this shot, and also when to come in for my egg retrieval. So this is very important. It has to stay cold. And then I have 4 boxes of 900 IU follow stem. So this is what the follow stem looks like. Open one. So you have 300 units, you have 600, you have 900. Because of my condition, with me being so perimenopausal, just having a lot of issues, then I have to have the highest, one of the highest, which is 900. So they have to really dope me up to get the eggs that they need from me, because it's a hard task doing it. Because of the fact that I'm perimenopausal, I don't make a lot of eggs, and they're trying to get as much bang for their buck as they can. So inside of the follow stem, you have this. So this is the vial that will go inside of the EpiPen that I'll show you in a minute. And then these are the needles. So let me show you one. So this is the needle in there. See it? So that will go attached to the EpiPen, and then you would insert that inside of this, which will be inside the EpiPen, and then they will tell me how much I need to shoot myself with or inject into me every day at a certain time. It could be once a day. It could be twice a day. I'll know more once they see how my eggs are growing, how much I need to take. So I have 4 doses of these. One of these doses can last for maybe 2 or 3 days, depending on how much they have me take. So they giving me 4, and if for instance I need more, then they'll I can just call the pharmacy and they'll send it to me ASAP. So all of this needs to go inside of the refrigerator. And that has to stay cold until it's time for me to take it. So what's next in here is next in here I have all of my syringes and alcohol swabs. So here are my alcohol swabs. Here are the syringes. Got that size syringe. They just give you a whole bunch of them. So yeah. Here are some needles. Because some of the medicine comes with stupid long elephant needles. That's what I call them. That's how long they are, like the length of a damn elephant trunk. Sorry, but damn. And so to make it easier to puncture your skin, what I do? Make it easier to puncture your skin. They give you these so you can take the bigger needle head off and replace them with a smaller one. And so these are some of those. See that? And so those will go on this syringe, and which I will use to mix my medication. So these are all of the syringes to inject the medication. Here are the methylprednisolone. Don't ask me what that's about, Chad. But this is one of the pills that it says take with food. So they'll send me some paperwork letting me know exactly when I need to take these. So I have my whole little medical box, like the medicine pill box, and I put my pills in there. Once they do my baseline ultrasound and my baseline blood work, which they'll be doing March 6th. So I'll take my last birth control pill March 1st, and then I have to go in for some blood work and my ultrasound, and then that will determine how many shots I need to take, how often I need to take them, what pills I need to take. But they give you everything now. Like over here is a bag of all of the stuff that needs to be thrown out from my last cycle because it expired. So this is all the stuff that needs to be thrown out. So, all right, in here we have the Garanelics. There are 5 of them in here. This is a needle too. This is a shot I have to take. Let me open it. So this is a shot I have to take too. So that's 2 shots already I have to take. Or 3 because of the needle. So this is a shot that I have to take. I hate this one. Okay? Let me just tell you. I hate this shot. All of the other ones are great. You don't feel them going, the medicine going in, but this one actually stings when the medicine goes in. So after they gave me 5 of them. They say I'm going to need 6, but they only ship out 5 at a time. So when I need close to needing my 6th one, I just call the pharmacy and they'll send it. But there are 5 shots right here. Let me see. These are just tablets that I have to take. They're called azithromycin. So these are 6 tablets that I have to take. First dose, like on the back it tells you your first day's dose. So I got to take these my first day. First, take 2 the first day, and then the second, third, fourth, and fifth day. Okay. May cause diarrhea during treatment. Like, I mean, come on. All this for a baby check. Then these are my Menopur. So, Menopur. Another shot. So, in here. Oh, yeah. So, Menopur is another shot. There are 5 doses in here. So, in the dose, you get basically this. I don't even have to open it. So, inside this box, and I have 2 boxes of this. So, inside one of these boxes, you actually have everything that's in this bag. So, this bag is an extra of what's in the box. So, in the box, you have the medicine. So those needles that I showed you before in the bag, these are used to inject this medicine. So I'm basically a scientist. I'm glad I'm a STEM coach, STEM teacher, because it's coming in handy. So they give you the sodium chloride vial, which is liquid in it. See, liquid. And then they give you a powder vial. And this is the Menopur. So what I would do based on what my doctor says, based on my results, I may have to mix 1 powder and 1 liquid, or I might have to mix 1 liquid and 2 powders. It all depends on how potent they need it. And so what I do is I take the needles, the syringes that they gave me, and they give me these caps in order to inject this into the needle. So I take this needle, put this cap on top, and then use that to inject the medication, and they switch it from one to the next. So I mix it inside of these vials and then withdraw it from the vial into the needle using these caps. Once I take the cap off, then I put the needle head on, which is how I inject myself. So these are extras of the Menopur, and I have to take that however many times they say, they'll let me know. So that's 3 shots. Menopur, Garanellix. No, that's 2. Menopur and Garanellix. Here is the that's 3 shots. The shot I showed you that's in the refrigerator. This is how I give myself that shot. The EpiPen. If you've ever seen someone give themselves diabetes medication, they use an EpiPen. So the EpiPen is this pen right here. And what I do is I take the top off. And then I unscrew this. And I put that vial in that I showed you that's in the refrigerator. And I push that in. And here it tells you in this window how much to give yourself. And so depending on what the doctor says, you just turn this until it clicks. I know at one point in time I was at 150. One time I was at 200. It goes all the way up to 450. So, yeah, they will tell me how much, and I'll turn the dial to that, and then put the needle. That's what these are. So, again, I will take one of these out. After I put the vial in, I'll screw the needle on like this, and boom, it becomes a needle. And then I take this top off. Whoop, there you go. Look at that. That goes inside my belly, people. That goes inside my belly. So once and it doesn't really hurt because it's so thin, but once I put my units in, then I squeeze my belly, I put it in, and then I push this button. This button releases the medicine. So see, it goes in. Hold on. Oh Lord. I guess it's not gonna go because I got no medicine in there. But it will go in as the medicine, as you push this in, and the medicine will release. So that's the EpiPen. So that's 3 shots. Can I put it back in like that? Yeah. So that's 3. Take that off. Then you unscrew this and throw this out. I'll throw that out. So that's 3 shots. The frozen one, the one in the freezer that I use with the EpiPen, the Garanelix, and then the one where I mix the Menopur myself. So that's 3 shots a day. Some of these I have to take more than once a day. So at the least, I'm giving myself 3 shots a day for at least 2 weeks. You're gonna see all that. All right, here is the container that holds the needles. So whenever I finish with a needle, and I have had to take so many shots till I need to get another one of these because it was full. And there's a certain way you have to dispose of this because it's medical waste. So this is what it looks like. You put your needle after you finish it. You put your needle in there and your medicine in there, and then close it off. So I have that. I always turn my dining room table into my pharmacy. So I might do my stepdaughter's room until it had to be the dining room because she's on her way here for spring break. So after that, I have the patches. I've never gotten to the patches part. That comes after the egg retrieval. But this is my 4th cycle, but 3rd official one. Because the first 2, we did egg retrievals and we never made it past that point because they weren't able to get the eggs because of my fibroids. So I never had to deal with the patch. But this is a patch. You wear this. It helps with pushing hormones through your skin for whatever reason you need it. Don't know. Again, never made it to the point where I need to use these. So prayerfully, I'm able to explain this in the future video. But I have my patches. And then I have the endometrium. This is the progesterone. Now, you won't see me doing this if we ever get to this point. But what happens is I have 4 of these boxes. 4 of these boxes in here. And inside of the box are these things. So basically, progesterone is what I will have to insert inside of my vagina 3 times a day. And this helps to, once the eggs are retrieved and they implant the eggs back in with the embryo back in. So they take my eggs out. My husband gives a sample of his sperm. They take my eggs, his sperm, go into a lab. Inside the lab, they make the little embryos, put the little eggs and the sperm together. And then within 24 to 48 hours after I do my egg retrieval, I have to come back to the location in order for them to put the embryos in. Never made it to that point, but I do know that that's what happens next. Once they put the eggs in, the embryos in, then I have to do progesterone, which is where I have to do these 3 times a day. I have to stick these in my vagina, I'm assuming with this contraption, Jerry. So I guess, based on the size of this situation up in this container. I put this in here, and like a tampon, it pushes it up into my vagina, and this is supposed to help give off the, I guess, medicine or secretions or whatever type of buildup up there that happens when the embryo is cooking. Because just because they implant the embryo doesn't mean it's going to latch on to my uterus. So this, I guess, helps everything to stay in its place and to create the atmosphere of it having gone through the traditional way of having a baby. So I have to do that. It says 3 times daily, I guess, until they tell me to stop. And this may cause headaches. So I have 4 boxes of this. And that's it. So they normally send me the bill, but they didn't send one today. But I had to pay $66.34 for all of this medication. And as you can see, look at there. All this medication cost me $66, and all the way over there too. $66.34. And I found my bill from 2017, and I got this same bag. This was my original bag from the first cycle. So this is everything that I need. And in 2017, this whole bag cost $13,408.53. So with inflation and the medical field being the way that it is, I'm sure that this is double the amount. But 3 years ago, all of this was $13,000 worth of material. And back then, I only paid $38.40 for this. Thank God for my insurance. Won't he do it? But today, I only had to pay $66.43. So, that's it. As you can see, it's a lot that I will have to do, and you all are going to be with me every step of the way, from the injections to the egg retrieval. I want you to be a part of everything that you possibly can be a part of. Once I take my last birth control pill March 1st, then I have to start going in every day, every other day, every 3 days to do ultrasounds and give blood work. So I'll be doing that every morning before I go to work. So we're talking about like 6:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning, being there, and then trying to get to work by 8 o'clock. So you'll be with me the whole journey. This birth control pill is just the beginning. You'll be there for all of the injections. You'll get to see all of the marks from all of the surgeries. You'll get to see me inject myself with multiple needles. So I hope you're not squeamish. But I just felt that we hear so much lately from celebrities sharing their story because they have the platform of infertility. But there have been so many women who have suffered and are suffering in silence. And so I wanted to share my story and my journey so that we can become more sympathetic and empathetic to people and watch what we say. Because I've heard so much, this being my second marriage. My first marriage, I was 23. And before we had been married 2 months, people were saying, "When you having a baby?" And then when we started having children and it wasn't happening, people kept asking. And then for me to find out that I couldn't give birth naturally, that does something to you. Like, I suffered a depression where I couldn't even walk into a Walmart or a Burlington or a Sears and walk into the baby section because I would start crying. Because everybody around me was having baby showers and I was wondering what was wrong with me that I couldn't. So now that I know what the problem is and I know that there's solutions to it, and alternatives for me to have a child, I'm willing to do anything that I have to do to have one. That's why I've gone through 6 surgeries, 2 egg retrievals, 8 times going under anesthesia, and we've known people who haven't made it out of anesthesia. But I've gone through 8 bouts of anesthesia, and I'm still here. I've had 33 fibroids removed over 6 surgeries, and I'm still here. I have a uterus that is twice the size that it should be, 1 blocked fallopian tube, but I'm still here. And I'm going to do whatever it is that I have to do until God says that's enough for me to have a baby on my own. So, thank you for those who have watched so far my journey, and let's continue. See you tomorrow.